University. So we are the A. So we're here, help to the extent possible with our expertise and our resources. We can't do it all, but we can certainly help you or point you in the right direction. So, Mr. Mayor, I want to thank you for your assistance with all of this, and your police force as well. They're very instrumental in all of this, in providing an escort to the folks of East Texas Precast. So,
yeah, if we could have East Texas who really did a monumental job in Lampkin. Is there a part of their management team? As a matter of fact, Ms. Lampkin is the first African-American employee at East Texas.
Yes, my name is Vanessa Lampkin. I'm the HR Safety Director at East Texas Precast. I'm the first African-American woman and persons to ever step foot in an executive role there. We take pride in what we do. We've also added about 25 jobs to local African Americans in the community, which is something that's kind of different. And we're looking forward to just building additional relationships with the community and the university. And we are ecstatic about being in the partnership with you all.
I had two questions. One, I just want to say thank you. This is a good first step. On the presentation, do we have a copy of that? Or
yes, I'm glad you asked because I've got it. And Chandra Adams is the one who prepared this. So thanks to Chandra.
Thank you. And I guess we can get all these more.
We can get some more copies.
Yeah. And then the second
Email it.
We can make
send it.
Yeah, that, and then the second question is, do you have a copy of the MOU before we? So
we have a draft copy. It's in the works. So the university has to sign it, and the Wallace County Independent School District ISD has to sign it, and probably Mayor Allen.
yeah. So the reason why I said we need a copy is before Mary Allen can sign it, City Council needs to see it, and so I think this is a great partnership, and we just want to make sure that we can fully support it 100%, and I think it's a great initiative. I think all parties will benefit. So if we can get that, that would help us.
Okay.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Next, we have a proclamation for the Prairie chapter of Omega Psi Phi. Councilman Randall.
Before we move on, Mr. Mayor, should we, I know it doesn't say discuss, consider, or take action upon the item, but should we move that it be brought back once the MOU is finished, presented to the council?
I'm assuming the mayor, once he gets a draft copy of the MOU, will run it by my office so that I can review it, so that we can get it in front of you for approval for the mayor to sign.
So that's the process.
That's the process.
So,
Yeah, that's the process. We don't need a motion for it.
No, we don't need a motion for the process. I'm sorry.
my question is not about emotion. My question is about the timeline. Since this is moving, do we need to, are you going to let us know? Okay.
Councilman Randall.
Okay, so I'm a tad bit confused because this item wasn't supposed to be a presentation. I was under the assumption that the proclamation had to be approved by council.
That's typically what happens, yes, sir?
Right, so when I sent it as a request, I sent it as an action item so that the council could review the proclamation and we could vote on the proclamation at this meeting and then present it at the next meeting. So because it's not worded like that, I don't know.
So we're going to carry it over.
I'm comfortable with that. It's worded well enough so that everybody knew it was going to be discussed tonight. And if you want to have that request that something be created to be brought back at the next meeting, I'm comfortable with that.
Okay, yeah, so just the backstory, the Theta Chi chapter, that's a typo on the agenda. The Theta Chi chapter was founded here in the city of Prairie, February 1st, 1955, of Omega Psi Phi, of course. But, just gotta be sure we know what it is. But the Omega Psi Phi Theta Chi chapter was founded in Prairie, Texas, February 1st, 1955, and we will be celebrating our 64th anniversary on the 2nd here in the city of Prairie View, where we will have our last living member of our last living charter member who currently lives in Tyler, Texas. He will be traveling down, and he will be on program to speak to us as a chapter as a whole. About 12 of us traveled to Tyler 2 weeks ago to meet him for the first time and talk with him about just the history of our chapter. And so we put this proclamation together as a presentation to our chapter for the years of service that we provided to the city of Prairie. A lot of people know about the Road Theta chapter that's on Prairie University. They were actually started by the Theta Chi chapter. So I guess we'll put this on the next agenda to vote for the proclamation. The council has the copy of the proclamation. So if we can make the motion now. And so I'll have actual representation from our chapter here to receive the proclamation at the next meeting.
I move that, Mr. Mayor.
Councilman?
I move that we accept the proclamation for the Theta chapter, or Theta Chi chapter, this organization, of Omega Psi Phi.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded that the council accept the proclamation for the Theta Chi chapter of Omega Psi Phi to be brought to the next, brought to the next council meeting. You've heard the motion, ready for the questions?
Question.
All those in favor? Yes.
But we're gonna make sure we get the things correct.
Yeah, we'll have Councilman Randall submit that in, so to be correctly worded. Any other unreadiness? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Next item is a Mellon Foundation that the city of Prairie View, as well as Prairie View A&M University, was
Mr. Mayor,
blessed to be a part of.
next one says the Live Oak Bank.
Oh, Ms. Pierre, Live Oak Bank.
Are you sure? I mean, you
Yes.
told me.
Absolutely. Please, come forward.
Thank you, Councilman. Good looking out. Good evening,
Good
Mayor,
evening.
City Council, Prairie View A&M, and City of Prairie View. Pass this card to you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And if you'd like to take that, I can. Good evening. My name is Monica Pierre, and I am a senior loan officer for Live Oak Bank. Our bank is actually located in North Carolina. However, the bank has allowed me the opportunity to reside, and I am from Texas, but to live here in Texas and to share information in reference to programs available to assist in building out your community. A little bit of background about myself. I am a Prairie View grad through the College of Agriculture. Graduated with a degree in agricultural economics, 23 years experience with United States Department of Agriculture. As of August of this past year, I took the leap of faith and left the U.S. government, praise the Lord, and ventured into the private sector, where I now work for Live Oak Bank in providing loan opportunities for communities to expand in the fields of water and wastewater, solid waste, community facilities, and business and industry opportunities. This evening I wanted to come to the city of Prairie View and introduce myself and let you know that I am available to assist in any types of ventures that the city may be looking to broaden their opportunities for expansion, especially in reference to access roads off of 290, to give the city the opportunity to expand with business opportunities, not only for hotels, but for restaurants and other retail industries. Our bank will be more than happy with the application that I believe the city is looking into with the Department of Commerce to assist in providing 20% of the needed funding to move forward with the grant opportunity with the Department of Commerce. We've looked into possible interest rates. We have a 40-year fixed rate term, which you will not find any other banking industry in America. We're the only ones right now offering 40-year terms with a fixed rate under 6%. Again, I reside here in Texas. I actually live in East Texas. I live in Crockett. I used to live in Hempstead. work the yard, so all familiar, I'm family, I'm here. I want to help, I want to see the college grow. I have a son graduating high school this year. He got his acceptance letter, coming to the College of Agriculture. Look out for him. And he helped on those little, planting some more seeds, doing a little job, okay? I was also in the band. I'm a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Right. So I'm all in. I'm in with you. And hoping when my middle child comes to Prairie View, then me and my youngest child, we would like to become a part of the community and to purchase property and live here as well. So with that forthcoming within the next 3 years for myself personally, I would like you to please consider utilizing my skills and abilities to assist with expanding the city of Prairie View. Okay. My business card has my contact information, my email, my cell phone number is my best point of contact. The blessing with this job is that they have given me the opportunity to work from home. So I work out of my home and I travel across the state of Texas, Tennessee, and Louisiana right now. So please don't hesitate to contact me. You have all forms of communication to reach me. If I can't help you, I'll be more than happy to help where I can. With my 23 years of government experience, any government application thrown at the city, I can help you fill it out. Okay? I got it. Okay? So don't hesitate to utilize my assistance. Okay?
Well, I just want to take the opportunity to thank you for your work when you were with USDA and what you did on behalf of the city, and we certainly hope that there's some other opportunities that we go forward with those access service roads as well. Councilman?
We're currently working on trying to come up with an RFP and kind of move forward on the wastewater treatment facility.
Hello.
And so your expertise and services would be needed. So if we would, myself, council, would want to set up a couple of dates where we would have children, the trilogy engineering and some of the community. So we had like 2 community meetings. And so if we have another meeting, try to get you, help us to come down and get everything together.
Sounds great.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next item is a grant that the city, as well as the university, were selected to participate in, and the grant was funded just about 2 weeks ago with the Mellon Foundation. Professor Barry Norwood, and I think there are a couple of the students participating in. You can, why don't you come up to the podium and introduce yourselves.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ariel Stewart. I am a student of the Prairie View A&M University. Thank you. I am a participant in the Mellon Grant, and I'm here on behalf of most of us because some of us are having some things going on at Prairie View, and so we are fixing those. So I'm here on behalf of them, the other 6 students. We would just like to say we are nothing less than honored to be a part of this foundation selected by the Mayor Allen. That says a lot. And I would just like to say thank you for your support. Anything you guys give us, we gladly accept. I think of us as trailblazers, and that is really it. I'd really just like to say thank you on behalf of all of us. Professor Norwood?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right.
I'm Professor Norwood from the School of Architecture. This is going to be, Mayor Allen and I, we've talked a lot about this. This is going to be a very big summit that we're going to. And the 6 students, this is going to be big because when we come back, we're going to be doing some community service work here in Prairie View. And this is going to be really, really big. I'm always doing a lot of service learning projects, and I tell you, this one is going to be really big. So, thank you so much.
Thank you. The other universities that were selected, it was coordinated out of Spelman College by a colleague and friend there, and Tuskegee and the city of Tuskegee, Grambling, State University, as well as the city of Grambling, the town of Mount Bayou, Mississippi, with Mississippi Valley State University, Hobson City, Alabama, collaborating with Spelman, the city of Prairie View, Texas, and Prairie View A&M University, and the community of Independence Heights in Houston, collaborating with Texas Southern University. The particulars of this project will be determined under the Mellon Foundation auspices in Orlando, Florida, in the latter part of the month. But this is just, again, making you aware that, that the city and the university are included in this project, and we'll be updating you on what comes out of that meeting and training when we get back from Florida, beginning of next month. So this is, again, just general information to let you know we're keeping our city and university out there. Item number 1, discuss, consider, and take action on approval of city council meeting minutes dated December 10, 2018. What's council's pleasure?
I have a question. Mr. Mayor?
Council?
We ended the meeting, I guess it says, Councilman Jones made a motion, second by Councilman Rowland. That should be the end of the meeting. What is the subsequent information that you have listed on our minutes that didn't happen? Is there a reason or?
Sure.
This, well, okay.
You want me to answer it?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't have a question.
When someone does a public information request and they look at the agenda, they need to see what took place at that meeting. So if they were to ask for copies of something that took place after that early termination of the meeting, the record needs to be clear that those matters weren't addressed. And that's what the minutes reflect.
So, so again, part of this is the minutes supposed to read what took place at the meeting, not what posted the agenda. And so, if I can get some clarification from the attorney, the information that's on the bottom.
Not necessary.
Correct. So, Mr. Mayor, I would like to make a motion.
Council?
That we approve the minutes in the, for the December 10th meeting, to go up till the motion for the meeting to be adjourned and all the subsequent information be taken off.
Second.
You've heard the motion. You ready for the questions?
Wait.
Councilman?
Just for the record on the minutes, when it came to the motion to adjourn, I was yes for the, on the adjournment. Did not even have time.
Okay, 3 of us looked at the video, and we'll gladly share that with council. But as we looked at the video, we saw a definitive, motion and second. And I think Councilman Wallace was the only one that was the definitive. The others, it didn't. And you're welcome to look at the video, but if the video changes, I'd be glad to change it. That's not a problem. We just went to the video.
So, when you say there wasn't a definite, because I believe I was silent is an affirmation, correct?
No, it needs to be an affirmative vote.
Silence would be an affirmative vote, correct?
You need to make an affirmative vote.
Silence could be an abstention.
That said, if it was your intent to vote in the affirmative, and that was your intention, this body has the authority to approve minutes with that affirmation based on your statement here if they want to.
Sure, you want to make the motion, does it take a motion, council, or what?
There's a motion.
There's a motion on the floor.
Does it take a subsequent motion, or can we add it together?
It'd be an amendment to this
Can
motion.
the amendment?
Well, I've amended my stance on this motion, be moved to the affirmative.
Okay.
And I accept this.
So you've heard the motion, any other unreadiness? All those in favor of the changes, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. So you got that, Ms. Johnson? Those minor, okay. Item 2, Discuss, consider, and take action on the approval of special city council meeting minutes dated December 20th, 2018. What's council's pleasure?
Mr. Mayor,
Councilman Wallace?
I move that we approve the meeting minutes from December 20th, 2018.
So,
It's been properly moved and seconded that the meeting minutes from December 20th, 2018 be approved. You've heard the motion, ready for the questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
3 ayes and 1 abstention. Councilman Randall abstained. Item 3, discuss and take action on city council decision on not issuing temporary or final certificates of occupancy, accepting engineer and other letters in lieu of floating not being inspected by Bureau Veritas and Reverend Singleton Victorious Believers Church in Pine Island. I put this on agenda because to bring it to council's attention, 2 things. One, the Victorious Believers Church came to me late last week and city attorney confirmed that based on council's vote, I should not give that church a temporary certificate of occupancy, even though Ms. Rogers, whom the city hired with Bureau Veritas, had said it was fine, inspected by her, and perfectly okay for them to hold service on Sunday. So I wanted council to be aware of the type of things that happened along these lines, because it could have been, I don't know, another couple of weeks. They've been working on this church for about 2-3 years. That's one. The other is, and I think I gave you copies of the email regarding Flowchem. It turns out that Ms. Rogers informed me that Flowchem had completed a pretty substantial expansion and had not followed the city's process, but she did inform me that the gentleman that she was communicating with had indeed found they did have the city's paperwork and instructions, and they just weren't followed. So in light of council's previous vote, I wanted you to be aware of, because they are looking for, excuse me, finals and what have you. Yet, you need to know they had 0 inspections, and since inspections have been issued with other places, I wanted to put this in front of you for your discussion and subsequent decision.
You said they did have an inspection, or what were you saying about Flowchem?
Flowchem, Ms. Rogers went to them maybe a week and a half ago, I want to say. And she went to follow up and check because she knew they were doing an expansion. And the gentleman that she was dealing with, I forgot his name, but she knows, that she was dealing with informed her that they had completed the expansion. And he actually went into the office and found the city's packet for commercial work and permitting, but they had not followed anything on there. So there's some, I think I shared that with council, and I guess, what is the city's options, Councilor?
We have multiple options, but I'm not gonna have that discussion in open session.
Okay, so we want to save that for executive, so.
So I guess the two questions. One, I'm assuming there would be penalties or something for not following this. And so if you could give us some additional updated information or get that to us, because this email doesn't
Well,
give us.
the email gives you the crux of what happened. They did the work and they didn't get inspected. That's
Right.
what happened.
But this leads us into a conversation. Say we use Panther Hill. The example is if we approve them to do, they said they were gonna do something, they didn't, there's a penalty that comes with that. And so if we get that additional information, But the item, our agenda item talks about Mr. Singleton's church, and I guess I'm a little confused on why you put this on here. We had a meeting December 20th, we just approved the minutes for, which is almost a month ago. And you, Mr. Mayor, was supposed to bring the council and the community some updated information in reference to city council voted not to move forward until we hired a consultant for the city of Prairie to help us alleviate some of the things that has happened, someone to go back and check some of the prior things that have been certified. And so there's no hold up on city council. It was for you to bring to us a packet, and it could have been this meeting, that you had a person who's going to temporarily operate in that capacity for us to be able to lift what we said, meaning no temporary COs or no COs to be issued. And so I'm a little confused on why this would be on the agenda. And I know Mr. Singleton Church, he's been working on that church for some time. But all we simply asked December 20th was that no issues of a CO or temporary CO be issued until we had our process, whatever our process was gonna be, in place, and we had a person outside of yourself to take, again, the part was to alleviate you checking on all these things and free you up to do some other things. And then, so you simply could resolve that issue by bringing us a person who can approve and move forward to give out more COs and temporary COs in the city of Prairie. So are we gonna do that? Are we doing that today?
Doing what? You
Are we gonna
spoke
approve
for
this
5
person?
minutes. What are you, we're doing what? Let me answer the first part of the question that I do understand. You asked why was it on the agenda today? It's on the agenda today because council wanted to be involved in approving temporary COs and COs. Am I clear on that, council? Is that the process?
They wanted to hire a building official who would
Okay.
serve as the person who would sign off on the issuance of certificates of occupancy.
And in that process, I know you had found one potential person, we're talking about the money
I have
and that sort
done
of thing.
some, yes, sir, I have,
Okay,
as your lawyer, I have done some, because I know a couple people, I've made a
Right.
couple phone calls.
and I didn't want to make, one of the questions was on salary or compensation, and I didn't want to make that in between council. But it's on agenda because it's a part of, council says you want to be aware. Well, this is keeping you aware. This is a church that's been working on, they're trying to open, and the inspecting company that has been with the city for some 5-6 years said it was fine. And so you need to know that your decision disallowed that in between council meetings. That's why it's on the agenda.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's a-
Councilman Jones?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I move that until, well, hopefully this puts more pressure upon the city and as well as you, to go out and find us a building official, so that way we won't be in the same predicament that we have ran into. It sucks at a standpoint like this that we don't feel quite comfortable saying that we will allow this building to move forward with a temporary CO when in the past, we've trusted that and it has came back to not be beneficial to the city. So this project has put pressure on us to be able to move forward, and I know that's why we sit in these seats, because we have to be able to make the tough decisions that necessarily some people may not understand, but due to the situation that the city of Prairie has run into and the coverage that we've been getting behind one situation where you see students standing here time after time to basically say that their living arrangements isn't safe and things of that such. Who would say that today we approved this and 2 weeks later that church doesn't have heat or things of that such? Then who will come back in here and make those same things? So I'm gonna move that that the mayor comes back next city council meeting with at least three options of consultants, so that way, we as a city can move comfortably and allowing this church to move forward in their endeavors in which they've been doing for the past 3 or 4 years.
So your motion is to hold on this one as well, right? Just
My
trying to-
motion is that next meeting, you come back and you give city council 3 consultants in which we can move forward with, being that we've had a month since we made this motion, being that I'm assuming you may have known that this church was going to be coming up with this. So being that you come back next city council meeting and that we have 3 options of consultants in which the city could pick to move forward with giving out temporary certificates of occupancy.
So none issued now, just want to be clear.
I made the motion in which I stated that next meeting, you come back with 3 consultants, and upon that we can move to approve, so that way we can start giving out temporary seal.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded that the mayor's requested to bring back 3 consultants, 3 prospective consultants, and no action on temporary COs is to be done prior to that.
No,
I just want to be clear.
I've made the motion in which I said.
Hold on, I'm repeating your motion, but I want to make sure it's understood. Okay, I'm bringing back 3, I got that. But are you saying nothing's happening between now and then? I want to be clear on that too, because that's 2 different things.
So,
That is,
you have to address the motion that's on the agenda, which you're requesting that no action be taken on the item that's on the agenda. Then you're proposing a subsequent motion.
it's not a motion.
This is.
It says discuss and take action on issuing or not issuing a
So-
temporary CO to this church.
So the consultant part of it isn't what we're discussing. We have to deal with the current motion that's on the agenda, and then you can add your subsequent motion for the following meeting. You know what I'm saying?
Councilor, that.
I'm just a lawyer, I'm not y'all's motion mediator, but let me, this gives pretty broad, this is pretty broad, the way this is written, you have pretty broad authority to make whatever motion you want. And if the answer to the discussion and answer on this is, it's gonna be resolved by the mayor bringing 3 people to us at the next meeting, that's a sufficient motion to handle this particular item, if y'all want. It's your item of business, not
You
mine.
got it. You've heard the motion, ready for the question.
I had unreadiness, I think, Mr. Wallace. My unreadiness is that I appreciate that this is on the agenda because I think we have a responsibility to know what is backing up in our backlog. But I think this is something that we address December 20th. Mr. Mayor, hopefully at the next meeting, hopefully this motion gets us to what we asked for December 20th. And that was for, and I know you worked on this because I seen an email, so